But Jagmeet Singh has his pension. Yeah. You know what? Just to let you know, this video is taking longer than I want, so it's actually going to be 3 videos. You're going to see one posted after the other. So I'm watching my time here, and when it hits, I can start the video again. So you'll see a little gap. So I hope I'll get through all this right now, but I am really angry about it. And I talked to a gentleman the other day, and he, I told him why I felt the way why I do. I said, you can't keep voting for the same party and get different results. And he agreed, but then he said, but I've always voted Liberal. Why? I don't know. But it's like what I've done. Don't you care? Yeah. Well, then why don't you listen to Poilievre? Well, I don't agree because he did this, that. You know what? Stuff that he said, he didn't say it, and it wasn't quoted correctly. But CBC switched it, tamed it, and then a bunch of us, he wants to get rid of the Canada pension. He never said that at any time. Oh, and Fanjoy went in his own writing and told them all that Poilievre wants to fire all the government workers, which his writing's full of government workers, so he lost his writing. It's not what he said. He said, I want to shrink the government workforce through attrition and retirement. He wasn't going to outright fire anybody. But here's Fanjoy. Well, now, guess what's happening? Many of his writing now, Fanjoy's writing now, government workers are losing their jobs. But here's the crazy thing. Because of guarantees and buyouts, it's costing the Canadian public $82 million. And before we actually see the decrease in wages and the benefits of that, it's going to be 10 years to pay that $82 million before we start seeing the benefit of shrinking the size of the force. If we had done it through proper attrition, we wouldn't have spent $82 million. We just wouldn't have hired new workers as they retired and maybe offered some incentives for them to leave. Because some people do want to retire early. Why not? So here we go. We live in one of the richest countries there should be. We've got more land than anyone else. We've got timber. We can build our own houses. The Americans can't hurt us. Why aren't we building? By the way, Carney said we will build at unimaginable speeds like never seen before. Guess what? He's built 9 houses. When the woman in charge of the housing was asked how come more houses weren't built, well, we haven't received the money from Ottawa yet. He's guaranteeing increasing spending on the military, which we need. Where's that money going to come from? When are we going to pay down our deficit? When are we going to improve our health care? When are we going to solve our crime problem where we're catching and releasing repeat offenders over and over again? Where little children that are 5 years old are raped in the middle of the night. And that person that did it had just been charged and then released, walking around, and he's saying to everybody, I'm a woman. Really. And we hear this, and Canadians just glass over. We should be standing in front of the Parliament buildings and every government office screaming to fix this. And the only party that's standing is Poilievre. And when they start to change laws when it comes to justice in Ottawa, the bills are a joke. They ain't right. I did not, I served in Canada's reserves, in Naval and Army Reserve. I was all set to go back in and go to the Gulf. I didn't have to, but I would have. But at this point right now, with what's going on, the only reason I would get in now if I could, and if I was needed, the only way I would do it, the only way is to protect my grandchildren and my family. That's it. That's the only way. And I'm sad to have to say that. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I thought Canada was really special. But now, what the Liberal Party has done to this country is absolutely apprehensible and ridiculous. And anyone thinks otherwise, you're not paying attention, or you're just you're closing the blinders and shutting your ears. Because everything I'm saying is common sense. Common sense. And I'm going to say, I'm not happy about it. And I'm going to say, Chrétien, when he was Prime Minister, Pierre Trudeau, when Martin, I was not happy with everything they did, but I didn't resent them or hate them the way I do the current Liberals. It's just that simple. It really is. And the only way we're going to fix this is if we vote the Liberals out. And even then, if Poilievre keeps his word and does everything he says he's going to do, just to get us back onto a normal footing,